The game itself wasn't a great football spectacle. Newcastle, I think Newcastle had the right idea the way they started off because United had a game midweek versus Barcelona. You could tell the players are very tired. All throughout the game, our ball possession and ball retention was pretty poor. So Newcastle's game plan was to come at United fast, try and catch them, and basically wear out tired legs already. And that was a good strategy. And the first maybe 10, 15 minutes, Newcastle were in control. Not dominating, but they were in control of the game. More possession. I hate that stat XXG or XXP. I didn't even know how they work it out. But yeah, supposedly they were on top of XXG. Yeah, they had more shots on target, more shots off target. So yeah, they were essentially dominating in inverted commas. And then the last 20 minutes, we came into the game, and I think it was good game management from United because we wasn't playing well at all, but we managed to keep it, Newcastle from getting too excited. They didn't really generate any shooting opportunities that led to any like dangers. They didn't look like they were going to score. We didn't look like we was under siege, but it was good game management from United. You're not playing well, manage the game. So that's good. And then the last 20 minutes of the first half, we kind of came into the game a bit more. And then we got our two goals. And that was ultimately what killed off the game. We were incisive when we had our chances. And that was it. My boy Luke Shaw,
What a ball.
great ball. Great ball.
Yeah.
That I think he should be man of the match for me. Because he did his thing. Luke Shaw, great ball into the ball. And then Casihiro, header. That guy, yeah, he's brought in winners mentality into United
Yeah,
since he's come in. Winners mentality.
exactly.
Him, Varane, De Gea, those three, they've all won. Martinez as well, all of them, they won trophies. So a game like this year wasn't like some over. It wasn't overhyped for them. It wasn't some crazy big game for them. These men have played in World Cup finals, Champions League finals. They won the Premier League. So this isn't some massive games for them. So they kind of saw the team through their performances. So yeah, big up United, man. And then there's the goal from Rashidi, or was it Botman?
Yeah, they're saying
Botman own
Botman on
goal.
goal right now.
Yeah, that was good play from Workhorse through to
Yeah,
Rashidi, and then yeah, you know Rashidi has to be in the right place to try and capitalize and take the opportunity, and he did. And yeah, own goal, but yeah, big up Rashidi for the run, big up Workhorse for the pass. 2-0 back to Newcastle. Them flipping Newcastle people going it. Long journey at the M6, man.
for real, for real. But like you said, I don't think Man United matched the intensity they showed against Barcelona. It's understandable because the Barcelona game, that was some of the most intense player pressure, running, commitment I saw from United all year. But yeah, first off, like you said, Newcastle dominated possession. For me, even before the start of the game, I never thought the result would be anything else but a Man United victory. I always thought Man United were going to win. So even when Newcastle were dominating the ball in the first 15 minutes, they didn't look like they were going to score. They didn't look like they were putting our defense under major pressure. Anything that they were throwing at us could be handled. And then yeah, Bruno G, that is for Newcastle, silly foul to give away, unnecessary. He had another man there, so I don't know why he felt he needed to do what he did to make the foul. And then yeah, like you said, great ball from Luke Shaw. And then our big game player, like you said, the player with the most experience, been there, done that, stepped up. Great header from Casemiro. Leaped over Shaw, headed it, great header. Keeper couldn't do anything. And then yeah, that first goal kind of, I think it dented Newcastle's confidence a little bit because they had a good start, but they ended up being behind. And then yeah, the second goal came soon after. Great play from Workhorse. I keep calling him Workhorse.
But that's his name, bro.
That's his
Workhorse.
name now, Workhorse. Yeah, battling. This game, I saw, well, especially in the first half, he was a physical presence. I saw him playing with his back to goal, challenging for balls in the air, holding up play, linking up play as well. So yeah, he had a good first half. And yeah, he done that. He was competing in the air. The ball came back to him, slipped the ball into Rashford. Great through ball. And yeah, deflected goal. People are getting on to Karius. I don't think that was Karius's fault.
Not at all. It's just an
Yeah.
excuse.
Yeah, I think people are just using his name to get likes and retweets on social media, but I don't think he can be blamed for that. That goal is a deflection. He was going one way, he was diving that way, and then it ended up going another way. So
Yeah.
not really his fault. But yeah. But he's still winning 2-0. And then you might not have comfortable. Where course he looked to threat. He actually looked to threat.
Yeah, when he got the ball and he cut it with his left and shot it, I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
And then shot, I was like, oh, I
That looked
didn't.
a bit flary.
Yeah. Sorry, I apologize. I'm not familiar with your game. I didn't know you had that.
No, I don't apologize. You're still workhorse, bro. Still crap, bro. Still pony.
Yeah. But it's like when Man United got to the final third, they managed to be more decisive, get shots on goal, shots on target, score goals. When Newcastle got to the final third, that's where you saw the quality lacking. ASM, great dribbler, but when it comes to making the key pass, the key ball, key cross, it wasn't there. And that was the difference, creating in the final third. Almiron, industrious, working hard, but yeah, he didn't really do much in terms of creating clear-cut chances. And yeah, Man United were, I wouldn't say cruising, but they were comfortable at the end of the first half. And in the second half, it was just more of the same. Man United were more of a threat on the break. Newcastle were dominating possession more. And again, not really creating clear-cut chances. And yeah, Man United just saw out the victory 2-0.
What do you think of the game management from ETH? Because the subs that he made, I thought they killed the game. They were perfect. AWB coming in for Dalot, who was on the yellow. Great decision because he shackled Sam Maximan, shackled him. And then Sabitzer coming in for Fred. Good sub as well because Fred, one of them Fred games, didn't do much. Losing the ball, yellow card, but he was industrious. And then even he brought off Workhorse for McTom, extra body in the midfield. Yeah, I thought I liked the subs. And even Sancho came on, didn't do much, but again, I liked it.
Yeah, I agree. All of the subs, apart from Sancho, had an impact on the game. Yeah. So yeah, good game management from ETH. As for Newcastle and Eddie Howe, that's the problem. They don't really have much depth. So beginning of the second half, they brought on Isaac. He didn't really do much. So they don't really have much game changers to bring on. That's the thing. After Isaac, it was what, Jacob Murphy. He's not left, to be honest.
And then what was it? Joe Willock.
Yeah, Joe Willock. That's not really. Joe Willock's a decent player, but is he a game changer in these type of games? No, he isn't. So yeah, it's a learning lesson from Newcastle. They'll get better. They played well, but they just need more quality, and I'm sure they'll address that in the summer.
I reckon they're gonna get into more finals because they've already got a bit of a spine in defense. They need a couple midfielders to go with Gramurish. He's good. He's a good player. He was the most dangerous player. They need a midfield, like a couple midfielders going with Gramurish, and they need some wingers, man. I think so, they need some wingers because Wilson and Isak are not bad strikers to have, but on the wings, Almiron he's okay. Joe Linton again, industrious, but is he all that? What's the other guy? ASM. He does the tricks and the flicks, but end product ain't really there.
Yeah, he's a cult hero, and the fans love him, and yeah, he's a fan favorite, but he's not consistent enough to take Newcastle to where they want to be, challenging for titles. You can't be challenging for titles with ASM starting week in, week out. He's not consistent enough, and he's not good. Yeah, he doesn't get enough goals and assists, so he's a good impact player, But you're starting winger now. Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, and midfield as well. Bruno, top class. I like Joelinton. I think he's a good box-to-box midfielder. They just need someone that can. I guess someone of Bruno's ilk, someone that can control the game. Actually, they need someone. They need more of a holding midfielder.
We need a McTominay.
Yeah, they need a
Sales
hold.
pitch.
They need a holding midfielder because I think Bruno's good enough to create chances consistently, and then Joelinton can be in a box to box. And then if you just have someone that can distribute the ball well and a solid holding midfielder, yeah, they'll be right in the middle.
No, they tried. They tried, but I think difference was the managers as well because Ten Hag. I don't know. I understand why Eddie Howe tried to go through with the taking off the extra midfield, taking off the midfield and putting an extra attacker. But then as soon as he did that, I was like, "This is game over. This is game over." Now the position where you guys are probably most effective has now been weakened, and you're going to give us a foot in the midfield now. Game over. And if you don't try to attack us, what we do best is counter. So then I was comfortable. I didn't think that was a great tactical sub by Eddie Howe because he
Yeah.
didn't really do much in the game, and it left them a bit more open.
Yeah, that's the thing. Putting the extra attacker on, bringing Isak on, he needs someone to provide for him. But
Yeah,
it was like he was trying to create, and yeah, it didn't work.
it
It
didn't
didn't
work
work
because him
the
and
way I
Callum
envisioned.
Wilson didn't look like they played together ever. So
Yeah,
that wasn't. I would have taken Wilson off, put on Isak, and then put on maybe a Villa. Maybe that could have been more impactful.
yeah, or even take off Almiron or ASM and then bring on Isak, and then no, sorry, take off. Who would I take off? But I would have dropped Almiron in the midfield and then played Isak, ASM, and Wilson or something. Because Almiron can create for all of those. So yeah, it didn't work out for him. But Eddie Howe's a top manager. He's definitely the manager for them moving forward. But let's see. He's a good manager now, but let's see how he performs when there's expectations on him. When they're spending a big money, hundreds of millions of pounds. Let's see if he can really take Newcastle to the next level.
It'll be interesting. I don't know if he's a manager to take them to the next level, but it'll be interesting. But yeah, nah, the boys, man, the man, them. I saw Bruno lift up the trophy with Harold Maguire. I wasn't even upset. I was like, listen, Harold, you came on for like 5 minutes and you want to lift the trophy? Do your thing. I'm not even going to be like, yeah, why is Maguire on the pitch? I'm happy for the guy. I'm happy for him.
Like I know a lot of people you don't want him to look like Maguire. Yeah, I think people are too harsh on Maguire. It's not like he's not like a cancer in the dressing room. He
No,
doesn't bring negative publicity or attention to Manchester United. He's just not of the level. That's all. And that's not his fault. So I think Man United fans need to chill on him. I'm glad he got to lift the trophy. That's his last memory in his last season for the club before he gets shipped out.
exactly. When he gets sold to flipping Al Nassr or whatever, yeah, at least he can say I won a trophy with United. And when he
Exactly.
goes
Yeah.
to Sky Sports in the future, Carabao Cup winner with Manchester United, Harold Maguire. He's done
Exactly.
something in it. Not 200 appearances for Man United. Carabao Cup. There's some respect on his name in it. He's won something, so I'm happy for the Don.
Yeah. I'm happy for him. Yeah.
And even ETH, man, the changes, man.
Yeah, man. I have to give him all the respect because at the beginning of the season, I had low expectations. I was just hoping that Man United could establish a style of football. He can really implement his identity on the team, and we get a top six. That was my
They said
best.
they'd finish fifth.
Yeah, that was my expectations for Man U. Top six and establishing a style of play. And yeah, he's done that. The style of play is not 100%. That'll be more as he adds his players to the team, more transfer windows, more time. then he'll be able to fully implement his style on the team. But yeah, he's changed the mentality of the team. The team has structure as opposed to Ollie's reign. And we're winning trophies. So it's all good. He's definitely exceeded my expectations.
I expect a lot from him because what he did at Ajax was no joke. He took the Ajax into like semi-finals of the Champions League. If it wasn't for one dodgy decision, he would have got to the finals. Multiple trophies with Ajax. So I've expected great things from him, but I didn't think he'd be working his miracles this early. I was hoping maybe top four, you know, good football, better than Ollie, and I'd have been happy. But a trophy, and we're still contending for top four. We're still in the FA Cup, still in the Europa Cup. It's looking good, and we still got a lot of the core players from last season who we all wanted thrown down the well. We still got a lot of them. We still got Maguire. We still got McTominay. We still got Fred. We still got Rashidi. We still got AWB, Dalot, Lindelof. He's kept all of them, and yet all of these players are performing. When they come on, they do a job. Maybe not Maguire, but again, like you said, it's not his fault. But even today, he came in and did a job. Played, got some clearances in. He's working miracles at United, and you can see they respect him and they want to win. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. And
Yeah.
imagine summertime comes, he's gonna ship some people out, gonna get some more money. Hopefully, we get sold. Honestly, Glazers out, Glazers out, Glazers out. Hopefully, we get sold. We get some more money to invest in the team, and he can build his ideal team because you can see the kind of football he wants to play. But when you have guys like, not to say Fred is rubbish, because I think Fred is a good squad player. I like Fred, but he's not the ilk of a footballer that ETH needs and wants in the team. That's why he battled so hard for a Frankie De Jong. Imagine a Frankie, Casemiro, and a Bruno. That's a very, very, very solid midfield. Get him a number 9 because workhorse is not it. And you're cooking. I still think we need a right back.
Yeah. Dalot, at the beginning of the season, Dalot was performing very well. Then he got injured in the World Cup. So I don't know if he's getting back to his best or this is his true level. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Because AWB, as good as he is defensively, in terms of ETH's style of play, possession based, he's a liability. So he's playing well, but he has to go, to be honest. I can't lie.
He has to, but I want to big him up, man, because he's come from the bottom of the abyss. Everyone thought he was finished at United.
Yeah.
And he's come in the last month and putting some really good performances. And yeah, he's not the best on the ball, but you can see he's trying to be a bit more adventurous up top when he pushes up, trying to link up with what's his name, the spin, the Beyblade, Anthony. They're linking up a bit more, and he even got that chance where he shot, and yeah, it was a pretty tame effort, but he's looking more involved when he goes up top, and you can see that the team start to trust him a little bit more. They're looking to pass him a bit more, whereas before, when he was running, they look at him and then pass the ball inside and go to the left. And he was just making runs for no reason, just doing shuttle runs. So big up to him because he's tried. And yeah, he may not be the standard of what the manager wants, but he's tried.
Yeah, he's getting better, but he's just the level of his improvement is not quick enough to work to what we need right now. That's what it is. And I don't think he'll ever get to that level. But yeah, shout out to him. As much as he does get criticized, he has improved. And you can't fault that.
He really has.
You can't fault that. But yeah, saying that, yeah, Man United do need a right back.
I agree, man.
But in terms of this trophy, what do you think this means to United as a club? And do you think it's the catalyst for more trophies?
This trophy is bittersweet for me because I feel like this is a catalyst for the Glazers to be like, yeah, you know what? We came to watch the match. We're passionate about this club. and they can see that ETH is a good manager and he's winning in spite of them. So they might be like, yeah, this manager with the bare minimum is still winning. We're gonna stay. We're gonna stay and reap all the benefits and reap all the glories and suck all the dividends. That's my fear. My fear is that this trophy is a poison chalice. I hope it's not. That's off the field. On the field, I believe it could be a catalyst for a better United because now when the manager talks, he can say to them, listen to me because I've come in and my ideas have brought you man a trophy. First trophy this club has won in 6 years. So when I talk, listen. Why? Here's my silverware. I've got some. Not from Ajax. I've got some of this club. So any player that comes in, they can't question the manager because he's got something. He's won with this club. So this should be a catalyst. And the most impressive thing about United recently is that they can match the levels of the opposition in regardless of any style of football. When we played Barcelona, they wanted to do the pass and stuff. We matched it. And in the second half, we outplayed them and won. We can go toe-to-toe with Barcelona and beat them. We went to their ground, drew them, but we should have won. They came to our ground and we beat them convincingly. Newcastle, different style. We still overcame the challenge. Tired as we were, they had a whole week to rest. We were tired. We still overcame whatever Newcastle threw us, beat them, and kept a clean sheet. Speaking of clean sheet, big up De Gea, broke the record, 181 clean sheets for United. Big up yourself, Big Dave. But yeah, it should be a catalyst for United to go on to do bigger and better things because now they can say, okay, we have a blueprint. We can look back on the Carabao Cup and say, okay, here's a blueprint. We've won trophies before. This is how it feels to be like in a final. So if he says to them, this game feels like a final, lads, there's a blueprint. Go out there and win this final, lads. There's a blueprint. And when he talks now, he talks with a silver smile, with a golden smile now. Because now they're like, okay, cool, this guy's got a gold medal around his neck. Who knows what he's talking about? So it should be a catalyst. And I reckon every team should fear United now because they're back to winning ways. It's only going to galvanize them. They're only going to keep believing the manager more. They're going to be dangerous. And you got Martial coming back. Injured players are coming back. United are going to be dangerous. And the players that missed out on the finals, they're going to be upset and they're going to want to prove something. Because you saw Sancho's face when he came on. He looked vexed. You weren't smiling.
Yeah.
So United are going to be a problem.
Yeah, I agree. It's added belief and it's added, like you said, I win trophies. You can say that. I've won a trophy here, so I know what I'm talking about, basically. It basically validates him.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm excited. It's exciting times ahead. You can feel it. There's a different energy around Man U this season.
There is. People are believing.
Yeah. Ten Hag has brought belief to the club. And give him a few more transfer windows and we'll see what happens with this takeover. But you give him the money to spend. Yeah, it's exciting times for Man U. Man United we could be saying Man United are back. People are saying it already. I kind of let it slip that Man United are back. I got excited.
We're back. Under this manager, we're back.
Yeah. And in terms of the Glazers and their statement, I think obviously with the speculation of who's buying Man U, Ratcliffe and the Qatari group, you've seen the Man United stock price go high. Like it's gone up, it's shot up. And I think the Glazers have saw that and like, whoa, the value of the club's gone up this additional amount of time. Maybe I don't want to sell. Maybe I want to keep on to this. And then maybe Ten Hag can win us trophies and raise the value of the share price even more. That sort of thing. So maybe they're seeing ETH's success and they're banking on the value of the club going even higher.
But then to counter that, if you check the news yesterday, it's gone down by 20% when they came out saying that the Glazers might want to stay. So the market's reacting to the news that they might potentially stay. The values of the club's gone by down 20%. So if they valued Man United at 6 million, now it's worth maybe 4.5 billion. They need to sell. The market's telling them we don't want you. The fans in the stadium today were screaming Glazers out. You were there when they put his face on the video board. They were booing him. We don't want you. So if you're going to stay because you think the value of the club's going to go up, well, it's going to hit £1 if you don't stay. Because they saw the market react to it. The market doesn't lie. The market's telling them, man, F you in financial terms. Go away. So them man have to go. They have to leave because there's no other alternative. If they stay, it's going to create a toxic environment. Fans will not go to matches. There's going to be riots. There's going to be demonstrations. Fans are going to be very, very, very angry, and it's not going to be it's not going to be fair for Erik Ten Haag to be doing such a good job, and then the fans are reacting like this because of the Glazers not trying to leave. But fans have every right to feel aggrieved because these men have sucked over 1.1 billion out of United. I haven't invested a penny of their own funds. All the money people turn to United and say you lot spent over £1 billion. All of that's been self-generated revenue, not from the owners. It's been United revenue. So if we spent £1 billion, it's because we can afford to as a club because it's our money. City have spent £1 billion from their owners. That's owner cash injection. Chelsea spent 600 million from their owner, not from their revenue. So United spent £1 billion from United's own revenue. Do you know how impressive? We can keep up with the biggest spenders in the world because from our own revenue. That's how commercially viable United are. And the Glazers know this. Like, wow, we don't have to put in a penny and we can sit there and take dividends every year and this club is self-sustaining itself. Why the hell are we going to leave? They see this. So the only way that these men can go is by the market reacting, the fans reacting. I don't support no violence, but I don't know, man. I see what the Everton fans did, didn't it? And it looks quite appealing. No violence in it. I don't support no violence in it. Yeah, we don't condone no violence in it. Get that out of the point. We don't condone violence, but I get it. I get it. I reckon you could pop his ponytail if you could put him in a headlock tight enough, you know. I feel about just stop. But yeah, they need to go. They got to go.
Yeah, and I think to your point, it will get to a point where United fans will take matters into their own hands, and if it gets to that stage, it's going to be ugly. I'm telling you, it's going to be ugly. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, shout out to the whole squad, Man U, ETH for bringing home that trophy.
Winners, bro. Man, big up the mandem.
No trophy parades because
man, we don't want to see that.
Yeah, like we're a big club, so
he said it. Ten Hag said no trophy parades.
Yeah, exactly. Europa, yeah. Then we can do a little trophy parade.
No, because that's a second tier competition.
Europa and League Cup, a little double.
No, I don't want that because these are second tier competitions. If we did the Europa, FA Cup, and League Cup, then yeah, you could say, okay, cool. All three competitions we entered and we won in it. Here's a little. Those two are second tier competitions. The Carabao is second tier to FA Cup, and Europa second tier to Champions League. And as United, we shouldn't be. Imagine if Arsenal in the Premier League here, they're doing Premier League trophy parade, and then United are doing Carabao Cup and Europa League trophy parade. We're going to be laughed at.
No, but the thing is, Arsenal are in the Europa League, and if we were to win the Europa League, we beat a competition that they entered in, so they can't really say anything.
But then they win the Carabao Cup and we won. They don't care. If they win the Premier League, remember the Premier League is the most prestigious league in the world. It's supposedly the most difficult league in the world, and they've won it. The best league in the world, supposedly, and they've won it. And then we won the Carabao Cup and the Europa League. Europa League is not the best tournament in the world. That's the Champions League. We didn't win that, but we're out here celebrating when they won the best league in the world. Nah, we'll be laughing stock, man. Imagine SB will be back like, yo, yeah, there's some man them in Manchester celebrating the Carabao and Europa League while we're celebrating Premier League. Nah, my head would be gone. Nah. Because it celebrates losers mentality. I think indoctrinates losers mentality. You need to realize these trophies should be your. Yeah, it's nice that we won it, but these are just we're United and we were expected to win it and we won it.
So
So yeah,
stepping.
job well done. It should be stepping stone. Like job well done. You expected to win it and you won it. Well done. But that's not what you're trying to celebrate. You're trying to celebrate Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues.